that makes you feel boxed in its standards, where there are set paths to success. There's a place where you can be free, free to be expressive, creative, innovative, free to be a leader, a dreamer, the next success story. So break away, because the only way to reach the stars is to fly free. De La Salle College of St. Benilde.
We are coming to you live from the College of St. Benilde Sports and Dorm Complex for the continuing coverage of the NSAC College Basketball Campus Tour. It is the classification round here at the 5th school stop in Benilde for another quadruple header this Saturday afternoon. But earlier today, for our first game, the St. Clair Saints emerged victorious. They displayed poise and composure in the endgame, winning 72-67 versus the Mapua Cardinals. But this time around at 12 p.m., match at hand is between the Adamson Soaring Falcons and the Arellano Chiefs. Later on at 2 p.m., we have the Lyceum Pirates versus the Perpetual Altas. And finally, for the main draw at 4 p.m., we have the visiting San Sebastian Golden Stags going up against the home team, the Benilde Blazers. Good afternoon to all our basketball viewers. My name is Beadaes Fabros, calling the shots for today's game here for the NSAC College Basketball Campus Tour live here at the St. Benilde College Campus Tour here. And for our match for today at 12 p.m., we have the Arellano Chiefs going up against the Adamson Soaring Falcons for the classification round of the NSAC College Basketball Campus Tour. As we take a look at the tournament format, we see here the top 8 teams that will be entering the quarterfinals, but for this weekend, it is the classification phase for the remaining teams that dropped out of the round of 16 2 weekends ago. And here we see the Adamson Soaring Falcons going up against the Arellano Chiefs. But before anything else, let's take a look first at their previous game, taking a look at the Adamson Soaring Falcons bowing against the UP Fighting Maroons last week in a wire-to-wire win by UP. And UP just displayed so much firepower across all their players. Adams, on the other hand, struggled from the field, only 30% from the field. Struggled as well in the free throw department, only 46%. So this is definitely something that they will need to look into as they come into today's game versus the Arellano Chiefs. As for their main gunner in that ball game, we saw Matthew Edding, 9 points, 5 assists, and 3 steals. Definitely, we will need his contribution together with Precious Jonah and Ray Allen Torres to be able to go up against the boys in blue. The Arellano Chiefs also suffered a loss against the NU Bulldogs last week. Also struggled from the field, only 32%, also out-rebounded 50-36. Both teams really looking to bounce back in today's ball game, but they will be led by their main gunner, Team Mac Ongotan, always coming up big with a big double-double, 20 points and 10 rebounds, almost a triple-double with 8 steals. But the question is, who will be able to lead the supporting cast aside from Team Mac Ongotan? As we take a look at the starting 5 of the Soaring Falcons, Montejo, Torres, Medina, De Misana, and Jonah. On the other end of the floor, the Arellano Chiefs, Geronimo, Baraka, Valencia, Vinoya, and Perez. So interesting strategy here for the Chiefs, not starting their number one player in Timac Ongotan. He'll be coming off the bench for today's ball game. Coach Chico Manabat trying to mix things up this time around. And tip-off is underway here for the second ball game for the classification round here at the College of St. Benilde Sports and Dorm Complex. This is the fifth stop of the NSAC College Basketball Campus Tour. First crack at the basket goes to the Soaring Falcons. Torres up top, uses the screen from Jonah. Shot clock is down to 4 seconds. Corner three, that's short, got clipped on the shot. And a shot clock violation will be called. Arellano Chiefs here. Baraka up top. Uses a screen from Perez. Stop and pop. No good. Here comes the Falcons. Torres and Montebon manning the backcourt for the Falcons in today's ball game. It's Medina up against Geronimo. Three on your way, off to the left, and Jonah grabs the board. Torres, now to Jonah, inside. He has the advantage, and he's able to draw the foul. And a minute has gone by, still looking for the first basket of the ball game. First one is up and short for Jonah. He was actually the lone double-digit scorer in their game versus the Fighting Maroons with 13 points and 5 rebounds. Is expected to play some heavy minutes and provide that interior strength for the Falcons in today's ball game. Valencia drives to his right. Gets double teamed, but still finds a way to maneuver a shot for the first 2 points of the ball game. Torres with this familiar pick and roll with Precious Jonah. Still with the ball. Torres down low to Jonah. And too easy for Jonah as Adamson answers right back. Geronimo. And a 3 ball here. Misses everything for Vinoya. Medina out to Jonah at the top of the key. And a foul is called at the top. We're tied at 2 apiece with just a little bit under 8 minutes remaining. And a knuckle play at the baseline. Great find by Montebon. Medina with that easy basket. Vinoya finding Perez at the top. And Baraka was curling. Couldn't find him. Geronimo, stop, pop. Off to the right, and another board by Precious Jonah. Montebon driving off to Medina. Pick and roll once again. Torres got clipped from behind. Here comes the Arellano Chiefs. Geronimo. Another try. Stop. Pop is good this time around. We're tied at 4 apiece. Earlier in today's first ball game, we had a Really great matchup between the St. Clair Saints and the Mapua Cardinals. St. Clair emerged victorious 72-67. We expect the same level of intensity in today's ball game. It's a battle of pride, battle of positioning in the classification match here at the NSAC College Basketball Campus Stars. You take a look at that pretty looking jumper by J. Geronimo. Precious Jonah tapping the board outside, but great hustle being displayed by Coach Nash Rosella and his team. Still tied at 4 apiece. Still no team makungotan for the Arellano Chiefs. Geronimo. Out to Vinoya. Another chance for a 3 and is clipped from the long ball. Not a good foul that you'd like to see, as that would mean 3 free throws for Mav Vinoya as he tries to get his rhythm from the line. First one is up and through. Second one is in and out for Mav Vinoya. Take a look at the free throw numbers of the Arellano Chiefs in the last game. 73% as Vinoya goes 2 out of 3. Medina out to Torres. This time at the elbow for Precious Jonah. Shot clock is down to 7 seconds. Montebon takes a 3 off to the right. And here comes Geronimo. Geronimo stop and pop once again. He likes that. And the same result for J. Geronimo. 4 points across his name. Holding foul called on Perez as he tried to disrupt that pass. You take a look at the stop and pop basket by J. Geronimo. As 5 in, 5 out for Coach Nash Rosella. Fresh legs, fresh guns for the Soaring Falcons as they are now trailing 4-8. Pacquiao. Stripped by Vinoya. Vinoya in transition. Vinoya goes all the way, loses the ball. And here comes the Falcons. Pacquiao, swing. Obusan with a 3. Still no go. And Obusan was there. Mangaron rather was there to get back the possession for the Falcons. Mangaron out to De Guzman. Sidestep. Unable to complete it. We're approaching the halfway mark of the first quarter. The Falcons still trailing by 4 points. Flores with a 3. In and out. De Guzman hounded by Geronimo. But Geronimo a little too close for comfort. Is called for a foul. And on the other hand, Coach Chico Manabat also shuffling his cards. 4 new players in as well. Mangaron. Great pick and roll, down low. Kicks it back outside to Pacquiao for 3. Still can't find the shot from beyond the arc for the Falcons. Camag. Out to Borromeo. and gets the friendly bounce. Empty opportunity once again for the Falcons. Here comes the Chiefs. Kamay. Down low. And an aggressive move by C. Hernal. As Franzman is able to stop the bleeding here to cut down the lead to 6 points for the Falcons. Kamay stops, leans in, and draws the foul against Mangaron. Great patience being displayed by Kamay. As you take a look at the aggressive move to the basket by C. Hernal up against 3 white shirts. Six-point lead here for the Arellano Chiefs. Adamson still trying to find their outside shot as a backcourt steal by Arellano, completed here by Flores. Abiera with that soft jumper. And everything clicking for the Arellano Chiefs. Full court defense in full display. Pacquiao, reverse, is clobbered. And 3 seconds remaining in the shot clock. Franzman has to take it. Still nothing from the outside. Kamay settles things down for the Chiefs. Kamay drives to the right, kick out. 3-point shot on the way, short for Abiera. And Adamson trying to figure things out. Still an empty possession, but Pacquiao regains another one for the Falcons. Spin move by De Guzman and finds an opening in the baseline. Adamson trailing 8-15. Borromeo at the right wing and a foul called on. That is Neo De Guzman. As take a look here at the beautiful spin move, baseline drive, no help side for the Arellano Chiefs. Kamay to the curling Abiera, no good. Mangaron, forward pass to Pacquiao. Trying to pick up the tempo. Another spin move by Mangaron. Another possession for the Falcons. Pacquiao, one more three. Still can't find it. Hernal, off to the right. And Adamson seeing some good luck, just unable to convert. But here we have the pesky and aggressive Neo De Guzman trying to find ways to attack the basket. That's 4 straight points for him to cut the lead down to 5. Kamay off to the left, and Franzman, here comes Adamson pushing the ball. De Guzman thought about it. Hobbled here by A.G. Borromeo. Ball loose. Ball is with the Arellano Chiefs. Kamay thought about it. Kamay drives and draws a foul. You can see the aggressive intensity of the Arellano Chiefs, turning defense into offense. So far with a 5-point lead. Despite not yet fielding in their main gunner, T-Mac Ongotan, and earlier in the pregame we were mentioning who will be able to step up to support T-Mac Ongotan, and Kamay and the rest of the Chiefs saying that we got this so far. 1 out of 2 for Yuan Kamay. Perez. Down to De Guzman, sidestep. And great intensity so far coming from Neo De Guzman, finding the cracks in the defense of the Chiefs. Attacking hard to the basket, he'll troop to the line. Adamson still trailing by 6 points, a minute left here in the first quarter. So far, we have Franzman, Abayon, Perez, De Guzman, as well as Earl Medina on the floor for the Falcons. And the free throw shooting woes continues for the Soaring Falcons. They only averaged 46% in their last ball game versus the Fighting Maroons. But De Guzman is able to go through 1 out of 2 as he takes a breather. Barcelona coming in, as well as MJ Langit giving Yuan Kamay a much needed breather as well. Langit up against the much taller Franzman. Langit, jumper, too short. But Demetria unable to complete that board. Franzman stop and pop, too strong. Kyle Anama holds the board for the Chiefs. Langit. A little hesitation over there. Corner 3 on the way. Too strong, and a loose ball foul, I believe, will be called on. Oh, that would be on the Arellano Chiefs, number 7, MJ Langit, trying to find positioning versus Alan Perez. That would mean free throws. As you take a look at it once again, the much smaller Langit trying to find positioning versus Perez. Was called clipping on to the hip of Alan Perez. Chance to cut down the lead here for the Adamson Soaring Falcons. First one is too strong. And zeroed out of 2 for Alan Perez. As another foul is called on the Arellano Chiefs. So another 2 free throws this time around for JR Abayon. So missed opportunities here for the Falcons on the free throw line. Vinoya comes back in for Demetria. 27.4 seconds remaining in the first quarter. So far, everything clicking for the Arellano Chiefs. As for the Falcons, still trying to find their groove. As Abayon goes 1 out of 2. Vinoya, double team by Adamson. Finds Anama. Anama all board there. Rebound goes to the Falcons. And a last-ditch effort here with 7 seconds remaining. Shot clock off in the first quarter. Adamson hounded, had to force that shot up. And after the first 10 minutes of action, the Arellano Chiefs is up 16-12. And we'll be back for more action here in the NSAC College Basketball Campus Tour. We're back here for the continuing action of the NSAC College Basketball Campus Tour. As you take a look at Basti Valencia and the first quarter highlights by Precious Noah with that inside basket. But so far it's been a clear advantage here for the Arellano Chiefs. Everything going in for them as you take a look at that spin move baseline drive by Neo de Guzman. He was one of the lone spark plugs in that first quarter as Adamson struggling from the outside. Still can't find a basket from beyond the arc. 0 out of 9. On the other end for the Arellano Chiefs, despite still not fielding in their ace gunner, T-Mac Ongotan, the rest of their team really being aggressive, especially led by Yuan Kamay. They are up with the 16-12 lead as we enter the second quarter. Langit finds Abrera from beyond the arc, swishes that in. And everything clicking so far for the Chiefs. It's a 7-point lead. That's the first outside basket also made by the Chiefs. Medina. Hounded by the Chiefs. Here comes Vinoya. Back to Langit. Langit strong drive. Vinoya up there to get another possession for the Chiefs. Abrera, hang time. And is clipped up in the air. And will troop to the line for 2. You see the defensive intensity in full display by the Chiefs, really turning defense into offense. So far already forcing 6 turnovers for the Falcons. And Coach Nash Rosella quick on the substitution. 5 in, 5 out once again. On the floor, Torres, Montebon, Precious Jonah, Bautista, as well as Kobe Demisana for the Falcons. One out of 2 for Renzo Abiera. It's an 8-point lead for the Chiefs. Torres to the corner 3. No go for Kobe Demisana. Buenaventura thought about the 3, drives right, but ball dribbles out to his knee. That's a turnover for the Chiefs. Montebon directing the traffic for the white shirts. Bautista looking at Torres, going down low to Precious Jonah. A great find to Demisana, but unable to complete that gimme. Langit says, let's settle things down. Uses the screen from Buenaventura. Vinoya thought about the 3, loses it. And here comes Montebon. Torres, great steal by Precious Jonah. And nothing much that Mav Vinoya can do when he's that close to the basket. But making sure he'll earn his 2 points at the free throw line. In the first quarter, Adamson was 2 out of 8 from the free throw line. So 6 missed chances. That's a 25% shooting clip. And the shooting woes from the free throw line continues. 0 out of 1 so far for Precious Jonah. Make that 1 out of 2 to cut the lead down to 7. Geronimo is back in. Borromeo Out to Valencia. And a high looping jumper is good from the 15-foot line for Basti Valencia. Biggest lead of the ball game at 9. And a holding foul called on Basti Valencia. Rather make that Leighton Buenaventura as Perez checks in for him. So Adamson actually being able to run their set plays well, getting good looks at the basket, just unable to convert. As Valencia clobbered by Jonah, still manages to find his way through, looking for a friend. Borromeo back to Valencia at the right wing, up against Jonah, gets stripped by Torres. Torres on the break. Torres, dipsy-do, no good. And the tap goes back to the Adamson Soaring Falcons. Montebon thought about the 3. Looking for Precious Jonah. 8 seconds to shoot. Demisana off to the left. And a loose ball foul called on the Falcons. And that was a good look by Demisana, just unable to convert. (13-22) is the score. 7 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Borromeo tries to take that shot. Montebon doesn't use the screen. Looks for Jonah. Doesn't use the screen once more. 10 seconds to shoot. Goes to Demisana. Drives to his strong side. Uses the board and goes in and out again. And empty possession so far for the Falcons. Geronimo on the other end. He likes that 15-footer. And he makes it once again. That's 6 points for Geronimo. Same shot, same result. And a timeout on the floor is called by the Soaring Falcons. Take a look once again at that pretty looking 15-foot jumper by J. Geronimo. That's 6 points across his name and 3 made baskets, 3 same made baskets from that 15-foot line. Lead has now ballooned to 11 points for the Arellano Chiefs. No Timac, Ongotan, no problem so far for Coach Chico Malabat and his boys. It's a 3 on the way, and the 3-point shot by number 35, Andre Bautista, gets clipped and will troop to the line for 3 free throws. As Mangaron checks in for Monty Montebon, who has been still quiet in today's ball game. Bautista unable to make that first free throw as these free charities on the line unable to capitalize so far for the Adamson Soaring Falcons. Second one is good though for Andre Bautista. Another one for Adamson. So far, 30% clip for the Falcons from the free throw line. Last one is up and through. Make that 2 out of 3 for Andre Bautista. Cuts the lead down to 9. Borromeo with that teardrop. Perez tries another one for Falcons. Kicks it out to Borromeo. Spin. Down to Perez and swatted away by the Falcons. And another timeout called, this time by the Arellano Chiefs. Will be back for more action. You're still catching the continuing coverage of the NSAC College Basketball Campus Tour. Let's take a look at the interior passing, but swatted there away by Mudgaga Ojarikre, the second foreign player of the Adamson Soaring Falcons. If you've just checked in, we want to welcome you here at the College of St. Benilde Sports and Dorm Complex for the 5th stop of the NSAC College Basketball Campus Tour. And great defense, great hustle displayed by Lance Mangaron to force a 24-second shot clock violation. Stops must be made by the Falcons to be able to get back into this ball game, as they've been struggling from the field. Mangaron up against A.G. Borromeo. Scheme by Ojarikre. Out to Franzman for the corner 3. No good. Here comes another try. Swatted away by 4 blue shirts. But the ball remains with the Soaring Falcons. 11 seconds to shoot. As Pacquiao comes in for Andre Bautista. De Guzman fades away. Short. And here comes the Chiefs. Geronimo. Out to Abiera, back to Valencia. 8 seconds to shoot. Valencia still with the basket, fades away and doesn't trickle in. Franzman looks for a friend. Mangaron, swing to De Guzman for a corner 3. That rim has not been friendly to the Falcons. Ojarikre. Another possession for the Falcons, and Chiefs is called for a loose ball foul. Once again, good looks for the Falcons, just really unable to make that shot. As Kamay for the Chiefs, as well as Flores, checks back into the ball game. High pick and roll, Mangaron drives, corner cut by Franzman. Too strong, another possession for Ojarikre. He's been very aggressive on the offensive boards. And that will mean free throws for Ojarikre as he will troop to the line. Penalty situation for the Chiefs, and just a little under 5 minutes remaining in the second quarter. This is something that they can capitalize on. short on the first. And I'm sure Coach Nash Rosella will be looking into their free throw shooting during their practice. 2 empty attempts, but still another board for Ojarique de Guzman. Pick and roll. Here's the switch. De Guzman out to Pacquiao for a 3. High looping 3. Too strong. And the Chiefs finally hold the board down. Baraka drives left out to the corner. Abiera off to the left. Franzman was looking down low to Ojarique, trying to find positioning down low. And another foul called by the Chiefs this time around on number 17, Carl Flores. And Franzman will try to trim down the lead even further. So the Falcons have already 15 attempts in the free throw line. First one is good for Franzman. Two out of 2 for Franzman. 4 points across his name. Lead down to 7 points. It's been a slow grind type of ball game here in the first half of action between the Arellano Chiefs and the Adamson Soaring Falcons. Baraka with the 3, too strong. Here comes the Falcons. Franzman out to Mangaron. And a 3 ball is good finally for the Adamson Soaring Falcons, to the delight of their bench. That just might be the spark plug that they need. And just as I speak, a great stop by Mangaron, forcing that turnover. As we take a look once again, Franzman out to the corner. Lance Mangaron. Finally, a 3 ball here for the Falcons. So 5 straight points by the Falcons. Mangaron, another 3 on the way. Oh, in and out there. Ball is loose. And another loose ball foul is called on the Arellano Chiefs. So slowly but surely, Adamson inching their way through this ball game. So take a look at Coach Nash Rosella. Always calm, cool, and collected. Mangaron, short on the first try. Second attempt is good, as it's now a 3-point lead for the Arellano Chiefs as Coach Chico Manabat tries to talk to his boys. We'll be back for more action. You are still watching the Arellano Chiefs up against the Adamson Soaring Falcons live from the College of St. Benilde Sports and Dorm Complex. Adamson has slowly but surely cut the lead down to 3 points. It was already ballooned into 11 points, but 5 straight points by Mangaron has helped shift the momentum to the white shirts. Kamay uses the screen. Out to Abiera, thought about the three up against Pacquiao, hounded. 6 seconds to shoot. Flores has to take it. Too strong, and here comes Franzman and the Falcons. Medina, down low. Mangaron to Franzman, surveying the floor. 10 seconds to shoot. Mangaron splits the D, but is clipped by Arellano. Here comes the Chiefs. And a foul on the floor. That's by number 11, JB Barcelona. So a great stop displayed by the Arellano Chiefs. Kamay out to Abiera. Clipped at the shooting. Will troop to the line for two. And a shooting foul called on Pacquiao. As JR Abayon checks in for a much deserved break for Lance Mangaron. Abiera, first one, goes in and out. And 1 out of 2 for the Chiefs to stop the bleeding. Lead is back to 4 points. Pacquiao, stripped by Abiera. Abiera! And an unsportsmanlike foul will be called on number 14, JR Abayon. Let's try to take a look at that once again. Tried to stop Abiera, who had that open lane to the basket, hence the unsportsmanlike foul. So that would mean 2 free throws and then ball possession for the Chiefs as Abiera goes 2 out of 2. As Precious Jonah checks back into the ball game. Lead is 6 points with 2.5 minutes remaining in the first half. Langit. Out to Vinoya. Backs. Stripped by Jonah. Here comes the Falcons. Torres with a 3. Torres swishes it through for the second outside shot of the Falcons. Lead is down to 3 points, but Langit, rather Kamay, aggressive to the basket. He'll troop to the line for 2. Kamay strong on the first. It's been a grind and out type of ball game in the first 20 minutes of action between the Chiefs and the Falcons. 4-point lead for the Chiefs. 2 minutes remaining. Barcelona. Franzman tries to make a 3 from the corner. That's good once again. 2 straight outside shots for the Falcons. Slowly finding their rhythm. Don't look now, it's just a 1-point ball game. Langit drives left. Langit against Jonah, gets swatted away. Here comes Medina. Pauses and looks for more friends. Franzman out to Torres. No hesitation. Torres! Yes, sir! Make that 3 outside shots for the Falcons in this second frame. And just like that, they regain the lead. Kamay says, let's settle things down. 8 seconds remaining. Kamay with the left hand. Short. Jonah with the forward pass to Franzman. Franzman stops. Franzman uses the board and a foul is called. Great patience displayed over there. As we take a look at the 3-point long ball by Franzman. No hesitation there. AJ Franzman showing some life. As you take a look at the ball swatted away. And then another 3-point shot made by Ray Torres. Let's take a look at our fans and spectators here at the College of St. Benilde Sports and Dorm Complex. We'd like to thank you for joining us on this beautiful Saturday afternoon. 2 out of 2 for AJ Franzman. Four-point lead now for Adamson. Now they've really changed up the momentum here in the second quarter. Defense picking up as well. Basti Valencia. And he will be called for the unsportsmanlike foul. Let's take a look at that once more. Basti Valencia clobbered by the defense of Adamson. Tried to find his positioning, as you see there. His elbow clipping the nose of Suico right in front of the referees. And an easy call there by the refs. And so far, what has helped the Adamson Soaring Falcons gain back the momentum in this ball game? Number one would be the early penalty situation of Adamson, of the Arellano Chiefs rather, giving multiple opportunities for Adamson, as well as the 3-point long bombs. Finally clicking for Falcons. Demesana gets that easy 2 points. It's the biggest lead for Adamson at 6 now. Vinoya. Valencia drives. Valencia back to Vinoya. Hang time is good for him. Shot clock is off. Ray Allen Torres with the board. Now to Precious Jonah. Off to the left. 2 seconds remaining. Make that 1.5 to be very exact. A last-ditch effort. Coach Nash Rosello tried to create the play. We'll be back for more action. Take a look at Shiny Tura, the Adamson Soaring Falcons ace player, also the MVP in the UAAP volleyball tournament, enjoying the action here, supporting her alma mater, who has regained the lead in the second quarter, 34-30, as Coach Nash Yosella called for time to craft a one last-ditch effort to make a basket. 1.5 seconds is on the clock. Torres with a long three, and that's too strong. And after the end of the first 20 minutes of action, the Adamson Soaring Falcons finally found their rhythm, was able to turn the tables around to regain the lead, 34-30 versus the Arellano Chiefs. We'll be back for the halftime analysis. Be back here in action in the NSAC College Basketball Campus Tour. You are still watching us live from the College of St. Benilde Sports and Dorm Complex for the continuing coverage of the classification round between the Arellano Chiefs and the Adamson Soaring Falcons. Very interesting first half that went underway. Adamson struggling from the field in the first quarter. Arellano in full control, leading by as much as 11 points behind that man, Geronimo. But mga Ron, we also had Torres and Franzman leading the charge in that second quarter surge, finally fighting their group from the outside, making 4 3-point long bombs to gain the lead 34-30 and outscoring the Chiefs in that second quarter as well, 22-14. As you take a look at the numbers, so far, rebounds going in the side of the Adamson Soaring Falcons, giving them more possessions, turnovers almost up at a piece, 9-8, assists also very close, 12-11. But points in the paint with the two foreign players of Adamson as well, working to their advantage. But as mentioned, leading the way for Adamson has been Franzman and Torres with their outside shooting clicking in the latter portion of the second quarter. As for the Arellano Chiefs, we have Abiera at 9 points and Geronimo with 6 points. So far, not being fielded in yet is their ace gunner, T-Mac Ongotan. But a very manageable lead here for the Adamson Soaring Falcons. Arellano looking to talk and regroup in the second half. Of course, being led by Coach Chico Manabat, his third year coaching the Chiefs. On the other hand, for Coach Nash Rosella, already in his fifth year coaching the Adamson Soaring Falcons, trying to rebuild his team. Coming from a 7th place finish in the UAAP last season, will be led by Franzman, Torres, and Precious Jonah as well. Another interesting statistic in the first half was also the free throw shooting. Adamson had 23 attempts at the free throw line, although only shooting at a 43% clip. We'll try to improve that as well in this third quarter frame. So second half is underway. Franzman out to Medina. Now Torres, given a pick by Ojarikre. Torres for the three, short, but Franzman passes it to the wrong guy. Geronimo drives hard. Geronimo unable to complete. Medina pushing the ball. Medina drives left. And another interception, this time by Valencia. And Valencia with the first 2 points here in the third frame. Cuts the lead down to 2 points. Baraka hounding mga Ron. Baraka out to Medina. Out back to mga Ron. This time Franzman at the corner. Step back three. Too strong, and Valencia holds the board. Valencia uses the screen, goes down low. Swing, swing. Number 20 with the outside shot, goes in and out. But a putback is there by Prince Perez to tie the ball game at 34 apiece. And a pushing foul will be called on Prince Baraka. As you take a look here, Prince Perez going high for the glass. And a putback completed to tie the ball game. And Arellano just too close for comfort in their defense. Baraka called for that pushing foul against Mangaron. Mangaron out to Medina, takes the three. Too strong. Here comes Geronimo. Out to Vinoya, stop and pop three. Too strong, and Ojarikre with another board. Ray Allen Torres decides to drive. Swing to Mangaron. And a 3-point long bomb is good for Lance Mangaron. And a traveling is called on the backcourt. Unforced error here for the Chiefs. A 3-point ball game here for Falcons. Franzman up against Vinoya. Out to Montebon, trying to look at Ojarikre down low. Medina drives, stops, pops, too strong, and gets his own rebound. Montebon tries his luck from the 3, off to the right, and a third possession here for the white shirts. Medina sets, let's settle things down. Torres out to Franzman. Jumper off to the left. Medina, another chance for the basket, and Montebon says, let me take this. That's a 5-point lead now for the Adamson Soaring Falcons. Great composure displayed by the Falcons. Vinoya. Out to Valencia. Gets stripped from behind by Franzman. And Montebon surveying the floor. Medina swing to Torres. Another 3, too strong. And Valencia. Geronimo. Show hard by Ojarikre. Vinoya takes a 3, too strong. High off the glass is Torres. Torres versus Baraka. Franzman steps into another 3 ball. That is 6 long bombs for the Falcons. And it's been raining threes here as they extend to their biggest lead of the ball game. That's 8 points, 42 to 34 to the delight of the Falcons as the Arellano Chiefs calls for time. Here for more action. The Adamson Soaring Falcons with their biggest lead at 8 points so far. Valencia, 5 seconds to shoot. Valencia steps in, and a foul is called underneath as number 17, Carl Flores, will troop to the line. 6 minutes remaining in this third frame, and Adamson coming out strong so far, continuing their hot shooting from the outside. And Coach TJ Paclas, acting head coach for today's game for the Arellano Chiefs. Another free throw underway for Carl Flores. So take a look at Coach TJ Paclas looking in, trying to make his boys in blue regain back the momentum that he once had in that first half. Take note, they were up by as many as 11 points in that second frame. De Guzman, hounded by Kamay. Montebon, step back three. Montebon, too strong. And a loose ball foul will be called on Neo De Guzman. That's his fourth personal foul already. As Abiera checks in for Basti Valencia. As well as Suico for Neo De Guzman. Kamay out to Flores. Looks into Abiera. Borromeo. 6 seconds to shoot. Abiera's forced to shoot. No go, and a board is hauled down by Alan Perez. Suico, hounded by the corner. And two blue shirts clobbered him, but the ball will remain with the Falcons. Montebon out to Perez. Looking for a handoff, unable to, and ball is snatched away by Borromeo. Flores looking for Kamay. Kamay drives hard, stops. Back to Flores for a three. Off to the left, Kamay with the board. Another possession, interior passing. Unable to find number 42, C. Hernal down underneath. Ball will go to the Falcons. 7-point lead for the Falcons. Less than halfway through in the third quarter. Hernal hounding Barcelona. Barcelona still with the ball. Ball loose and a steal completed. Kamay. Out to Abiera. Completing that transition basket. Lead is cut to 5 points. Perez. Out to Montebon. Tries to settle things down. Uses the pick from Perez. Montebon surveying the floor, looking for a friend. And intercepted by Abiera. Here comes the Chiefs. And another transition basket by AJ Borromeo this time around. Don't look now, it's down to a 3-point ball game. Another steal completed. And C. Hernal swatted away at top. And AJ Borromeo tries to slow things down. As you take a look at the 3 straight steals by the Arellano Chiefs. AJ Borromeo completing that transition basket. .46 remaining. Flores, Abiera, and AG Borromeo trying to be the spark plugs here for the Chiefs. No ace gunner Timac Ongotan, but definitely still in this ball game are the Arellano Chiefs. Mangaron, out to Torres. Drives, stops, pops, too short, and Flores holds the board. Kamay doesn't use the pick from Hernal. Kamay all the way, everything but the shot. But ball falls in the hands of Abiera. In and out on the 3. Mangaron, forward pass to Franzman. And is met at top by C. Hernal. And great defensive pressure being displayed, but the ball will remain with the white shirts. As J.R. Abayon checks in. Franzman looking for Torres. Pick and roll with Ojarikre. Torres from the long ball, too strong. And A.G. Borromeo grabs the board. Hernal drives versus Ojarikre, and Torres kicks it out to A.G. Borromeo. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Borromeo versus Franzman. Kamay for a three. Kamay! That's good. And just like that, it is a tied ball game between Adamson and Arellano. 2.5 minutes remaining in the third frame. Mangaron drives, kick out to Franzman, tries to answer back with a three of his own. That's good. And it's raining threes here in the College of St. Benilde Sports and Dorm Complex. Lead is back with Adamson. Kamay drives hard, high off the glass. That's good. Franzman looking for a friend. And ball will remain with the Falcons. So you take a look once again. A.J. Franzman answers back with a three of his own. This time around, Kamay using the board against the outstretched arms of the Falcons. 2 minutes to be exact left in the third frame. Mangaron. Torres now asking for a ball screen, doesn't use it, and is hounded and fouled by A.G. Borromeo. And interesting that Ray Torres now, usually a point guard, this time around, Coach Nash Rosella making him a two guard for more opportunities to attack and score the basket. 9 seconds remaining. De Messina down to Jonah. Clip, no foul. Another possession here for the Falcons. And unfortunately, it did not touch the rim, so a shot clock violation will be called for the Adamson Soaring Falcons. It's a toe-to-toe ball game so far here in the third frame. 45-44 in favor of the Falcons. Kamay, multiple screens with Flores. Kamay still with the ball. Flores was looking at A.G. Borromeo. Kamay behind the pass to Flores for a three. Off to the left. And a foul will be called on Kamay, trying to intercept that pass to Mangaron. That would mean 2 free throws for Lance Mangaron to try to extend the lead a little bit more. Mangaron, 7 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists. Up and through for his first free throw. Make that 2 out of 2 for Lance. Now a 3-point margin for the Falcons. Langit checks back in. Will man the backcourt duties. De Messina with that full court press. Calling out the play. Here comes Langit. Drives against Torres. Too strong on the layup. Here comes Medina. Torres thought about the 3. Interior passing to De Messina, but clipped. But Jonah was there. Still too strong, but the ball will remain with the Falcons. So once again, their rebounds, their extra possessions, giving that extra opportunity for the Falcons. Abayon, out to Medina. Medina with a 3. Medina! That's another long ball for Medina his first 3-point shot in this ball game. It's a 6-point lead now. Foul by Abayon. Still not yet in the penalty. Shot clock is reverts back to 14. Six-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. An all-Filipino lineup for the Falcons. Vinoya out to Langit. Langit drives hard. Langit goes all the way. No good. And the last possession here for the Falcons. Medina out to Barcelona. To De Guzman. Swing to Pacquiao. Pacquiao drills it from the corner three. And the outside shooting of Adamson has clicked in this third quarter to extend the lead to 9 points. The end of the third quarter, Adamson leading 53-44. We'll be back for more action for the final frame here at the NSAC College Basketball Campus Tour. You are still catching us live here at the NSAC College Basketball Campus Tour as you take a look at the outside shooting of the Adamson Soaring Falcons clicking in today's ball game. As the lead now balloons to 9 points as we enter the last and final frame. It's been the long bombs and also the extra possessions. Adamson out-rebounding the Arellano Chiefs so far 53-33. But still a lot of time left. 10 minutes of action. Let's see how the Arellano Chiefs will be able to adjust in this final frame. Vinoya. Out to Abiera. Takes the three. And that trickles in for Renzo Abiera. Lead is cut to 6 points. Defense picking up here for the Chiefs. Ojarikre's pass. Jonah's pass rather was intercepted. Abiera another three off to the right. Noah Pacquiao. Stripped from behind, Vinoya. All the way for Kyle Anama. Touchdown for him. 5 straight points for the Chiefs. And Abiera called on the pushing foul as you take a look at the points in transition by Kyle Anama, courtesy of that steal by Mav Vinoya. Just a 4-point margin between these two teams as Franzman and Torres checks in early in this fourth frame. Mangaron looking for a friend. Out to Medina at the top of the key. Mangaron thought about the three. Baseline drive. Back to Torres. Corner three on your way. Too strong. Vinoya. Out to Abiera. He has the hot hand so far for the Chiefs. Up against Precious Jonah. Fade away. Too strong. Medina. Out to Mangaron. Back to Torres from the wing. And two empty opportunities so far for the Soaring Falcons. Ball will go to the Chiefs. Just a 4-point lead as Geronimo and Valencia check back in this time for the Chiefs. As well as A.G. Borromeo, and then Ojarikre comes in for Precious Jonah. 8:14 remaining. Arellano trailing by 4. Borromeo out to Valencia. Now to Ern J. Geronimo. Uses the pick from Buenaventura. Valencia down low. Tries to do a dipsy-do. Another possession for Vinoya. Out for a 3, in and out. And ball goes to the white shirts. Franzman surveying the floor. Mangaron versus Buenaventura. Mismatch here. Torres, no hesitation. Still unsuccessful from the outside. Basti Valencia asking for a pick. Decides to hand it off to Geronimo. Back to Valencia. Takes the 3. Too short. And another rebound here for Ojarikre. Back and forth affair. 7 minutes remaining. Mangaron. Hesitation. Mangaron stops. Out to Torres. This time, Franzman trying to maneuver a shot, and great defense being displayed by the boys in blue. Borromeo looking for that mismatch between Vinoya and Torres. Unable to get to him though. Shot clock down to 8 seconds. Basti Buenaventura rather, right out to Vinoya for a 3, and that swishes in. And that stops the dead air. Lead is down to 1 point. Franzman loses the ball, but Torres is there to pick it up. Still short on the jumper. 52-53. Arellano with a chance to regain the lead. As Medina fouls Geronimo to settle things down. Multiple substitutions on both ends of the floor. 6:08 remaining. 1 point lead for the Falcons. Geronimo. Out to see Hernal for a 3 and trickles that in. And just like that, the Chiefs regain the lead, up by 2. Let's see how the Falcons answer. And a pass too strong by Mangaron. Ojarikre was not in position to receive that pass. Turnover for the Falcons. So another stop by the Chiefs. Geronimo down low to Valencia versus Montebon. Double team and a turnover forced by Ojarikre. Monty out to Noah Pacquiao. Back to Mangaron. Surveying the floor. Corner to Montebon once again and is fouled as he drove on the baseline. And Montebon will troop to the line for 2 points. Montebon, first one, trickles in. So far, 3 points, a rebound, and an assist to his name. Tries to tie it with this one, unable to. And Demetria with the possession for the Chiefs. Valencia drives hard. Valencia all the way, no good. And Ojarikre with his 9th rebound. Barcelona touchdown. And great forward pass by the Falcons. Lead is back with the white shirts. 56-55. We have a ball game, ladies and gentlemen. Geronimo versus De Guzman. Valencia, stop and pop. Too short, and a loose ball foul will be called on Ojarikre. He's been very active, has yet to score, but already 9 rebounds to his name. Has been crucial to provide those extra possessions. As we take a look at the touchdown basket by JB Barcelona to regain the lead. Kamay out to Geronimo versus De Guzman. Geronimo still with the ball, 5 seconds to shoot, forced to take it. And C. Hernal was there to clean up the basket. It's clipped up top, so we'll head to the line for 2. Sai Hernal makes the first one to tie the ball game. And this may be the classification round, but teams here are battling for pride, battling for positioning to end the tournament strong. Monty out to De Guzman. Geronimo sticking like glue to him. Princess Jonah. And an offensive foul is called. On Jonah. As he extended his arm on that drive. Here comes Kamay and the rest of the Arellano Chiefs looking to regain the lead once more. Kamay thought about the 3. Kamay back to Valencia for a 3. In and out. And Jonah holds the board. De Guzman up top to Barcelona. Out to Montebon. Could not make it. And Sai Hernal with another possession for the Chiefs. Yuan Kamay. Out to Abiera. He had the hot hand in the 3rd quarter. And Kamay strips the board. Here comes Abiera all the way. And Precious Jonah says, no, no, no. But that was a goaltending violation. Let's take a look at that once more. As the ball already reached its peak. It's about to go down, so a goaltending violation. And just like that, Arellano regains the lead. 58-56. And the officials just making sure about their last call on the goaltending violation. It's been a back and forth affair here in this fourth and final frame. Defense locking up, shots contested, and it will go down to execution in this final 3 minutes and 14 seconds. But so far in this fourth frame, it's actually been the Arellano Chiefs controlling the momentum, outscoring the Adamson Soaring Falcons 14-3. It was all Adamson in that third frame where they banked in 4 3-point bombs, outscoring Arellano 19-14 this time around. The Chiefs not going down without a fight. A slim 2-point margin for them. As let's take a look at it once again. Abiera met at top. And after reviewing the final call by the referees, it's a clean block for Precious Jonah. So check that, it's a tied ball game, 56 apiece, 3 minutes and 14 remaining. Ball remains with the Chiefs. And ball intercepted, here comes Medina, Montebon. Settles things through. Torres though, no hesitation, in and out on the 3. Another possession for the white shirts. Montebon directing traffic, wants to get it to Torres. Drives to his right, stops. And Franzman at the right place at the right time. Great interior passing. And lead is now with Adamson. Kamay. Let's take a look at Coach Olsen Rosella looking in the game. Kamay, 14 seconds to shoot, stripped away by Franzman. And this will be the easiest basket for JP Jonah. Extending the lead to 4 points. So take a look at it once again. Easy picking by Franzman, slamming it down home for JP Jonah. And we'll be back for more action. We'll take a break. Back here in the ball game, Adamson turning defense into offense, courtesy of AJ Franzman and JP Jonah, extending the lead to 4 points. Yuan Kamay. Last 2 minutes remaining in the game. And Valencia drives hard and is clipped. He will troop to the line. And Valencia unfazed by the defense of JP Jonah there. Free throws will be crucial. Misses his first. Second free throw underway. 1 out of 2 for Valencia. It's a 3-point ball game. Forward pass here to Torres. Asking for the pick from Jonah. Montebon. Another pick for him. 6 seconds to shoot. Up against Borromeo. Caught by Franzman. Franzman! Great off-ball action by Franzman. It's a 5-point lead for the Falcons. Kamay. Out to Vinoya. Back to Basti Valencia against Torres. Stripped away by Montebon. 1 minute and 15 remaining. He checks the clock. And Franzman trying to use up the shot clock. That's a third team foul. 1 minute and 7 seconds remaining. 5-point ball game. This possession will be crucial for the Falcons. Torres. Out to Medina. Franzman, he has the hot hand in today's game. Franzman leans in with a shot. And here comes Vinoya. Vinoya pushing it. Vinoya all the way but the basket. And Franzman holds down the board. And speaking of Franzman, 19 points and 10 rebounds. That's 5 assists for AJ Franzman. Just doing a little bit of everything on the floor. You've seen him take that outside shot, seen him work off the ball really well, finding those seams and cracks in the defense of Arellano. .9 seconds remaining, 5-point lead. Adamson looking for the icing on this cake with this possession. Jonah finding Torres. Torres! Oh, stripped by Basti Valencia. Here comes Kamay. Thought about it. Vinoya. Back to Abiera for the 3. Too strong. And 20 seconds remaining. Arellano not choosing to foul. And there we go. Yuan Kamay having to foul Ray Allen Torres. As Demesana checks in once more for JP Jonah. Great game for him as well. 5 points, but 11 rebounds. It was him and Ojarika really the ones creating those extra possessions for Adamson, especially when they couldn't find the rhythm in the first half. But it's been this guy, Ray Allen Torres, together with AJ Franzman, that started out their outside shooting. As Arellano will call for time, we'll be back for more. 64-57 is the score. 13.9 seconds remaining. And the Adamson Soaring Falcons looking to clinch their final win here to end the NSAC College Basketball Campus Tour. And Arellano trying to craft a quick basket here for the Chiefs. Kamay with the early three, all board there. And De Guzman will hold down the ball. And just like that, the Adamson Soaring Falcons emerge victorious. 64-57 is the final score. And the outside shooting really clicking for the Adamson Soaring Falcons, making 9 long bombs. Rebounds also working in their end, out-rebounding the Arellano Chiefs. So take a look at AJ Fransman, our top rebounder of the game. 11 rebounds for him. And actually a double-double performance as well for AJ Fransman, who has led and steered his team to victory. 19 points, 11 rebounds, 5 assists, just doing everything on the floor for the Adamson Soaring Falcons. It was him and Torres that really sparked that big run in that second quarter, as well as the third quarter. So despite that late run by the Chiefs in the fourth quarter, trying to regain that lead once again, it was the defense turning into offense, courtesy of JP Jonas' big block, and then the off-ball action that led to multiple opportunities as well for AJ Fransman, just showing his composure and his maturity. He will be leading the front for the Adamson Soaring Falcons and Coach Nash Rosella as we take a look at our remaining games for the Saturday quadruple header, 2 p.m. Lyceum Pirates versus the Perpetual Altas. And then finally, for our main event, we have the San Sebastian Golden Stags going up against home turf of the St. Benil Blazers. And as for me and the rest of the crew making this happen, thank you so much for watching. My name is Bea Daes Fabras, and stay tuned for the next game.